a breaking news story, a very interesting one, as we're just getting this over the feeds as a potential high-speed bus chase there in Gwinnett County, there just in Atlanta, Georgia. I do want to put up our helicopter shot, and you can see police in pursuit. The bus there just hiding behind some of these trees here, but this is a high-speed chase. We don't know exactly what's going on, but you could have seen some of the bus potentially running people off the road. They're going down this, doesn't look like a highway, but just like a street in a suburb. As the bus comes, looks like it's slowing down. We don't know exactly what's going on, but let's see if you can read what's going on. It potentially says emergency on the front of that bus. You can see that in the very distance, but plenty of police with their lights on for this bus. As it's kind of a commercial bus there, not going necessarily high rates of speed as of yet. Let's take you out to our Fox 5 team as they're covering this. Well, they just shifted to the other major breaking story out of that county, so we're not going to go to them just yet. But this bus chase taking place, and you can see the kind of tire strip there trying to blow out some of the tires, not slowing down despite the police's best efforts, authorities there. And it's a busy day, just about 5 o'clock on the East Coast, weaving through traffic right now, going through some of these stoplights, police closing off some of these streets, almost hitting that car going into the gas station. So also viewer discretion is advised. Don't know who was on this bus, who was driving this bus, what led up to this. But it's a breaking news story there out of Gwinnett County in Georgia. So we're still trying to get as much information as possible here about this, but a breaking news story on the ground. And we're going to carry this in full because it's obviously very, very interesting, but it is driving very recklessly. They're trying to throw some of those spike strips down, but it was not, did not hit them. Now they're behind these trees there as well. So I don't know exactly what happened. You can see potentially police in pursuit behind of it, 4 or 5 cars in total, as it's a breaking news story there in Gwinnett County, just outside of Atlanta on this kind of local road, 2-lane road, rolling through a potential stop sign, stop light there. You can see the parking lots, but this is unusual, a bus on the ground in Gwinnett. All right, we're going to stick with this here as we're just doing this live, raw, and unfiltered police chase involving a bus. We do know that the bus says on the front, emergency. I don't know exactly what is happening here, if something is potentially wrong with the bus or if there is someone taking over the controls of the bus. But it is continuing to go down these streets. They tried to throw a spike strip. It looks like the tires are still inflated, at least what from my perspective here high atop, courtesy Sky Fox, rolling down the street as the people on the other side of the road potentially do not even know what's going on, as it is about rush hour 5:01 on the East Coast as people getting off work, going home. This to begin the month of June. So going down some roads with the wooded area, police in pursuit. We've seen potentially trying to have some pit maneuvers, other different tactics to slow this down, and it is unusual. We see pursuits sometimes out of Los Angeles, sometimes out of Miami, but this one, a high-speed chase involving a bus in Georgia. You can see the police going in front of them. Now you can see smoke coming out the back of this bus. I don't know if that's something to do with the engine or the tires. Might be slowing down, might be trying to have some pit maneuver.
helicopter hovers above the situation.
Yeah, one of our executive producers, Josh Voigt, informs me that it appears that SWAT has entered the bus. So obviously, well, I shouldn't say anything is obvious at this point, but it would appear that things seem to be under control. Obviously, this chase ended 3 or 4 minutes ago after extending for, I would say, at least 15 or 20 minutes from downtown Atlanta up I-85 again at a high rate of speed. At one point, this bus rammed some Georgia State Patrol cruisers, and then once it got on the side roads, Jimmy Carter Boulevard, Lawrenceville Highway, Mountain Industrial Boulevard, that's sort of the path that it took.
Let's see
crossed
if
over into the left-hand side.
We have someone in custody here.
Yeah, looks like
Russ.
somebody's being led away there, Russ.
Looks like law enforcement is carrying presumably the suspect away with their hands behind their back.
There we go. See,
We've got a huge police presence here taking them to what looks like a squad car.
Right, absolutely. I was looking at a different shot that we have here from Skyfox 5 to my left, but you're absolutely right. That's the money shot right there of the arrest having taken place.
Just a bizarre scene again unfolding in Gwinnett County. Heavy police presence here as what appears to have been a chase of a Gwinnett County bus comes to an end. At times, high speed on the interstate involving striking of other police cruisers on the road and efforts to get this bus to stop using spike strips, and then slowing down here on secondary roadways with the dramatic scene unfolding a couple of minutes ago of what appeared to be innocent people getting off the bus with their hands on their head.
It has to be just an absolutely terrifying situation. No telling what those people have been through.
All right, what a wild story there. A suspect now in custody after this bus chase there in Georgia comes to what potentially a safe conclusion. I do want to continue here with this just to give you a little bit of a recap as you were watching that here on Live Now from Fox, but it was a high-speed bus chase. A dispute led to this, as I want to put up some video as police on the ground there trying to potentially apprehend this individual. I just want to run you through it very, very quickly as police throwing out some spike strips there on the ground, trying to slow down this bus. To no avail. It eventually continued on, and it was weaving through traffic, hitting different cars at intersections. This one in Gwinnett County. They're just off of Jimmy Carter Boulevard, as we don't know exactly what led up to this, but you can see them weaving through cars, hitting cars in Gwinnett County. A wild situation. A dispute on a bus, according to our Fox 5 team, led to this chase. Some fender benders there, as eventually it did say emergency, said call 911, so we don't know what was going on. It eventually came to a stop as potentially the end of the engine was on smoke and fire, but you see people coming out of this with their hands raised, going down on their knees. I don't know how many people were aboard, but it looks like potentially dozens of people on board this bus. Eventually, SWAT showed up trying to get on the bus, and they did apprehend the suspect. We do have the ultimate shot here of this as they did lead away this potential suspect in custody there down this road. And you can see the amount of police force as suspect in custody after this high-speed pursuit in Georgia involving a transit bus there. So we don't know who this individual is, what it led up to it, but we're going to follow it into the evening hours. I'm Andy Mack. We're back after this.